All to our spring equinox of 2023. So, this rite, we're going to be doing it in a Greek style, and there are some people who've not done that, I don't think, with this group. And there are some people in this room who've never been to one of our rituals and may have very little idea of what we're about to be doing. So I'll kind of go over the whole spiel. You'll get the full version of the pre-ritual briefing and also little bits of Greek mythology that are motivating all of this stuff that we're going to be doing. So, our rituals here at Stone Creek Grove work mostly by the exchange of gifts. We're humans, we have physical things, so we will mostly be giving physical gifts. We also can do things like sing and perform music, so we'll be giving that. We'll be giving a lot of things like that. And what we hope will come out of all of that is an exchange with spiritual powers who can give spiritual things back to us. Things like blessings and good health and joy and fun and things like that. Things that we want in our lives. So that's the main structure of what we're doing. So you'll see us call a bunch of beings and give gifts to them and invite them to join us. That's most of what we'll spend our time doing. There are, in the main portion of, in the early portions of the ritual, you will see us create a sacred center. Centered mostly on the stone and the pole that is in the middle there, the tree symbol that we have in the middle of our ritual space. You'll also see our ritual fire and our well, which is a little bit hidden, but it is a cauldron of water representing the waters that flow beneath the earth. We put those all together to create a sacred center of all worlds, of the world, where we can work magic and connect with other spirits and beings. We will then open a gateway to connect to those spirits a little bit more. I describe it as you can talk to the spirits without doing so, but opening the gates is a little bit like rolling down your car window when you want to talk to somebody outside the car, right? It helps. It helps the message get through. So we'll invite a bunch of beings in there. We will invite our beings into three major categories of beings. Our beloved dead, or ancestors, the powers of nature, and deities. And this is an opportunity if you have personal beings that you wish to bring into this event, that's your chance to, silently, but welcome them in yourself. That's fine. So, like, a friend of ours who died recently, we'll probably quietly invite her in our minds at least, when we call our ancestors. That sort of thing. We will then call our main deities of the occasion, which are Persephone, Kore, and Dionysus. Both of which are very fun deities, really. So Persephone, Kore, let's talk about her first. She is the reason for the seasons, according to Greek myth. She spends half of her year in the underworld, being queen of the underworld. And half of her year up here being the maiden who brings flowers and fertility and things like that to the land. Part of the reason is, when she's down in the underworld, her mom, Demeter, the goddess of grain and agriculture, is depressed and upset that she doesn't have her daughter about. So when she's back here, when Persephone's back here, Demeter says, "Yay, my daughter's back! I love my daughter," And so all sorts of blooming and great agriculture can happen. There's a bunch of myths around that, some of which are not so pleasant, so we'll kind of gloss over that a little bit. Around this time of year, what was traditional in the ancient Greek world was to do, one of the very common activities was the first half of what are called the Eleusinian Mysteries. This was a cult with some secrets in it that was very popular in the ancient Greek world. We're talking tens of thousands of 10,000 people a year getting initiated into this group kind of size of activity. All very much centered around this agricultural cycle of planting, growing, harvesting, and also this change of seasons that we get. So this process came in two parts. The first part, which happens in the spring, is called the Lesser Eleusinian Mysteries. And it's kind of your preparation step. It's the begin to develop a relationship with Persephone in her Kore, and Kore just means maiden. It is her maiden form, where she is coming back to our world, and we can start building a connection with her for this year. So we do that by making some gifts, giving her some gifts. As always, if we're trying to build a relationship, saying, hey, here's something we think you like. Always a good way to start. So traditionally they would sacrifice a piglet. We aren't doing that. We're bringing pork because we don't do animal sacrifices. We don't do animal sacrifices in our modern druidry, but we will be bringing some pig meat for her. And we also do some purification steps. You will just see those happen. If you're not part of doing them, that's fine. Just sit there and enjoy. And we'll be giving her a few other things that we think she likes. So that's the part that deals with Persephone. Now we get to talk about the deity who's really the focus of this particular occasion, Dionysus. Dionysus, this fella right here, glammed up on the stick. This is actually very traditional to have Dionysus on a stick in a vase like that. So we get to talk about Dionysus. So this time of year was a celebration of the first signs that the grapevines are going to be growing back, and we're going to have wine this year. So again, another great agricultural deity concept. Dionysus also to the Orphics was a dying and reborn god, so he's got sort of the same cycle of death and rebirth that Persephone and Kore had. So that's one reason why we bring him into this. In Athens, in particular, this was to be the season of the city Dionysia. And this was the origin of Greek theater, right here, was this ritual. And that's why in our ritual, we're going to be putting on a play as part of our ritual.
Or something like.
And it might not be a good play, it might be a horrendous play. And that's fine. But Dionysus is a deity who, in my experience and in most of the mythology about him, he likes a bit of chaos, he likes a bit of fun, he loves us and he wants us to be happy. You know, I saw a bunch of people brought wine to share, and that's good. Yeah, a little bit of alcohol is perfectly fine as long as you're not driving home. Do not encourage any drinking and driving. So we will welcome him to our space, and at that point we will attempt at least to sing my arrangement of the Homeric hymn to Dionysus, which kind of goes over a little bit of his mythology about he likes to go dancing through the woods with a little bit of wild abandon. Often his core of worshipers tended to be fairly well-off women who would like to go off into the woods and let loose without any of the fellows around. And we've got like little hints about what they might actually have done while they were out there. I don't know what they are. I'm a dude. Probably involved dancing around. It probably involved a symbol known as the thyrsus, which is a like pine cone on a stick with some streamers coming off of it. Is typically how those are made. And you can decide for yourself what those symbolize, and you're probably right. A stick with a knob on the end, and some stuff coming out the top, yes. I should mention, for the purposes of this, Dionysus is also a deity who canonically has very fluid sexuality. So he liked them all. So if you are of that persuasion yourself, I think he's a deity that's worth connecting to in that regard. So we'll welcome him into the space. We'll do our play. We will sing as best we can. Those of us who practice a little bit, we will sing the Homeric hymn to Dionysus, and it'll be what it is. We will then open up the floor to praise offerings. Praise offerings are your personal gifts that you wish to bring. Those could be things like physical things that you might be able to put in the fire, or if they don't burn easily, you can put them in the brass bowl that's up there, and you'll see it. It'll be pretty clear. And those are places you can leave personal physical things that you want to give to the gods and spirits and anything else, any other beings that we happen to have brought in here. If you've brought something to perform, like a poem or a story or a song or something like that, that is also your chance to do that. So, once we've given a lot of stuff, and this is all, and just so we're clear, we don't really applaud each other when we do performances. We try, those are gifts for the deities and the spirits that we've invited here. That's why we're doing that. You know, we try and do our best. And we're not being judgy about it, so if you're feeling like performing, give the best performance you can, that's fine. You're encouraged to stand up and do something not well, rather than sit down and pretend that you don't know what you're doing. It's fine. Let's see. So after we've given everything that we can possibly think of to give to these deities and spirits and Persephone and Dionysus, we will then take an oracle to try and understand what information they have for us. We've given to them, and we hope that after a bunch of given to them, that they like us. That's what we're hoping for anyway. So our seer, who will be Shannon this time, will take an oracle and try and get information back about what they have to say for us. Assuming it's good, we will use that energy to bless some drinks. Some wine or some water. Take your pick. They're both good. They both bless with the same blessing. You can get some of the blessing in you. We will also, for those who have made eggs, we will be blessing those eggs. So there is a bowl up there to put your eggs in. Yes, we are going to put all of our eggs into one basket. and we will also be blessing, some people, I noticed a few people did, and this is good, brought seeds to be blessed as well. So if you are the sort of person who likes to plant a garden, we'll bless your seeds. With any luck, that'll help them grow and grow better once they turn into plants. So that's something we'll be doing. We also, a lot of people brought food to share with us as a feast. We will bless the feast because, why not? We got some blessed energy going. Bless our food, so we all get blessed by the food as well as by the ritual. And then after that, we will thank everybody who we invited to be here and say our polite goodbyes. That was excellent timing. And we will thank everybody and say our polite goodbyes, and it'll be fun. So that's the big structure of what we're doing. A lot of giving and then a little bit of taking back. And we hope that by doing this, we're also building a relationship with these beings. I see Steph frantically waving her hand. Do you have something to say?
It was just to me. Sorry. Why you gotta be so nosy?
Okay. So at this point I will ask, especially people who've not been here before, any questions you might happen to have. Oh, one final point for those who've not been in our style of ritual before. Should you be in ritual space and you need to leave for whatever reason, you can just do so quietly. That's fine.
Right, there's no circle.
There's no circles to be broken or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about that. Just quietly step out and leave if you need to. So I think we will take a brief. Oh, my phone's off. So
about a 15-minute break.
So we will take about a 15-minute break for people to engage in deal with any biological needs you might happen to have at this point.
Get your eggs up over.
Get your eggs up to the bowl over there. You will see where the other eggs are. Get your seeds up there if you need to do that. And then we will gather around this general vicinity for a pre-ritual meditation.
Yay!
So thank you all again for being here. It should be fun. Welcome, friends. We gather to welcome the return of spring as our ancestors once did. And we begin by honoring our hearth.
O goddess, earth of gods, and men the source, endowed with fertile, all-destroying force, all parent bounding to his prolific powers, produce a store of beauteous fruits and flowers. All various made, the eternal world, strong-faced, immortal, blessed, crowned with every grace, from whose wide womb, as from an endless root, fruits many-formed, mature and grateful, deep-bosomed, blessed, pleased, with grassy plains, sweet to smell, and with prolific rains. Lovely Gaia,
The grass.
thank you. Except that here is a gift from us, your children. Kairete Gaia.
Kairete Gaia.
Now, it's called the powers of inspiration.
Sources of blameless virtue to mankind, who form to excellence the youthful mind, commanding queens who lead to sacred light, the intellect refined, and to mankind each holy right disclose, for mystic knowledge from your nature flows. Come, venerable, various, powers divine, with favoring aspect on your worshipers shine. Join us, sisters nine, and speak through our voices truly. Kairete Muse.
Now, let's acknowledge those that stand on the outsides.
That me.
Yeah, it's you.
Ancient Dark One, you who in the first days contested with the gods, titans, and even those before you, ancient powers of chaos, from which the order of the worlds arose, we remember you and give you this strength, asking you to leave our work in peace. Titano, I accept our offering.
Titano, I accept our offering. Get back. Let us establish our sacred center of the fire, well, and the use of our
By fire and by
for those who are curious.
We come to keep the old ways. We come to acknowledge the season of birth. We come to honor the returning of growth to the land. And we come to give sacrifices to those that have stirred this growth. At this time, thousands would gather at Eleusis and make offerings to prepare themselves for receiving the greater wisdom of Persephone as we return to our world from her captivities and Hades. And in the city of Athens, the entire population would gather for the entertainments and the rites of Dionysus, whose vines have just begun to bud. As they once did, we too set aside time to welcome these deities of joy and prosperity into our lives, with song and entertainment, with drink and dance. Woo! Woo!
They say in modern times, Opa! Here sits the Omphalos, the sacred center of all the cosmos. At this place should Steus' eagle meet to mark the center of the world. At this place did Apollo slay the Pythian serpent. At this place the world tree grows that stretches from the waters below to the fires above. Swiftest traveler, witness to all the realms and worlds. Hermes, we call to you to be our guide and keep safe our journey. Show us the way to the lands beyond. Let our voices be heard, and make sure that blessings will reach the hearts and ears of the kindreds. Hermes, accept our offerings. Now, let us open the ways between.
Let the path to the underworld be open.
Let the path to Olympus be open.
Let the path to the other world be open.
Hermes, guide us on our way, and let the gates be open.
Let the gates be opened.
Renew your center, and remember that with the gates open, the kindreds hear our thoughts. So let only good things be welcome here. Also remember that the gods and Dionysus in particular wish us joy and happiness in our lives. So feel no need to hide your mirth.
Now, speaking of some fun stuff, now let us call to our beloved dead.
Fun stuff.
Call our dead friends to join us in the party.
It's good to be dead.
Ancestors.
No taxes.
Oh, progenoi, our fathers and mothers, heroes and thinkers, you whose lives still uphold our lives with your words and deeds, those whose warrior discipline kept safe the folk from the barbarous. Hail the patroi of our polis. Come and be welcome among us. Those whose creative spark left us knowledge and artwork and wisdom. Those whose poetic voice brought the thoughts of the muses to writing. You whose work in the world stayed after your souls went to Hades. Hail the Maid Taurus of our Polis. Come and be welcome among us. Kairete progenoi.
Gold bucket.
You who dwell here among the folk, who join us as allies. Hail to trees, my days reigning, owning the forest. Hail all nymphs, Naiades, Ores, come and be welcome among us. Those who travel the mountains, wild, erect, and seething. You who dance with frenzy to music. A flute and drum. Spirits inhabiting all the earth, the seas, the sky. Hail, ye centaurs, Selene, Ortene, come and be welcome among us. Carite numite!
Carite numite!
Now we call to the deep.
Theoi, O mighty gods and goddesses, strength of Olympus, wisest and strongest, overthrowing the cruel and barbarous kings. Those who rule the worlds below, Catonioi, welcome. Those who rule the worlds above, Olympians, welcome. Heroes whose deeds allowed them to join your great company, patrons and matrons of all those who gather before you, you that create and guide our paths from the first to the last. Hail all the Theoi, come and be welcome among us. Carite Theoi.
In times of spring, it is proper to give gifts to the returning maiden of spring, Persephone Kore. Before we approach her, we must first purify ourselves with water, fire, and air. As you are sprinkled, censed, and blessed with seed, remove from yourselves all that hold you back from new growth in the coming season. Our vernal queen, whom grassy plains delight, sweet to the smell and pleasing to the sight, whose holy form in budding fruits we view, earth's vigorous offspring of a various hue. Here, blessed goddess, send a rich increase of various fruits from earth with lovely peace. Send earth with gentle hand, and crown our lives with blessed abundance, free from noisy strife. Kore, we bring to you the Pelanoi. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's what the Finnish purified people.
Okay.
Get excited.
That's the point, isn't it? Yeah.
Hail the
They're all excited over here.
Purified. Pure thoughts, everyone. Pure nonsense. All right.
Kore, we bring to you the Pelanoi, round cakes to enjoy the bounty of the world as we return to the living land. We bring to you pork in honor of those of the animal kingdom who must also go to the realm below. And we bring to you seeds of the poppy to help your mother Demeter forget the grief of your loss and experience the joy of your return. Persephone, accept our sacrifice.
Persephone, accept our sacrifice.
All right. So, it's also the time to acknowledge the first fruits of the vine. And as we do now, the ancients used to as well, honoring the bringer of mirth with joy and songs and entertaining, if not perfect, performances. And now let us welcome the god into our grove. For those who have come prepared to attempt to sing, I am
English and Greek, but it's so deep.
So, hail to you, Dionysus, god of abundant fruit. Grant that we may come again rejoicing to this season and from that season onward for many a year. So with joy in our hearts, we bring now our offerings to welcome the fun Theos into our company. We bring you wine, your gift to our kind and the bringer of joy and mirth. From our Licton, we bring you figs. That you be well fed at our feast. We bring you the ivy, that you may calm yourself and recover from your frenzy when it is time to do so, but not ahead of time. Dionysus, accept our sacrifice. So, we will now open our floor to. Okay. We will now open our floor here for those who have brought offerings of praise. Gifts that you wish to give may go in the fire or bowl as appropriate. Things that you wish to perform. Take your turn, come on up and say what you want to say. Looks like we're getting the guitar out over here.
We are getting the guitar.
Well, we get to play that thing.
Sooner or later.
Sooner is fine if you're ready. Or Nina, you ready? Come forward, please.
Ah, the many sweet joys to come with the arrival of the vernal equinox. You'll see flowers from more hours of sun, where winter had only shown its rise. Green begins to replace the icy drifts of white. Rains bring mud, but we do have shorter nights. And when the squirrels and coons come to steal bird feed like a pie. Warmer days spring new life from the earth with the arrival of the vernal equinox.
Hey, hold on. So, go ahead.
1 second.
Alright.
Wood, since you're standing already. Take this one.
I've got a song for Dionysus here. We'll see how it comes out.
Hold on 1 second.
concerning the Maenads and specifically Orpheus. So, to a certain degree, I've never gotten over the concept of Dionysos as a wandering god, a god of the wilds, and a god who watches over travels. So, time is up and the ship bell chimes, so raise a cup and think betimes the whole sail upon the sea, whose passing is but memory. 'Tis not that I would have you think of this, but as a friendly drink, for with my heart I love you truly, though I'm forced to treat you cruelly. For fevers upon me, my captain is calling in. Cannot stay with me, my destiny's calling. I'll never be free, but I'll do what I must, captive of my wanderlust with me. One verse. Hey, Dionysos.
Parate Dionysos.
Any other individual offerings of praise? Janet, go for it.
Beautiful Persephone, graceful, gentle, true, helping me get through another winter. You who maintain grace and beauty, even when faded and surrounded by darkness. You who remain standing, even when broken and without hope. A pale light in the dark, that even when covered and smothered, cannot be extinguished. As you ascend from the dark back into the light, to enjoy the warmth of the sun upon your face once again, the green lushness of the earth, as life once more flourishes, the smell of flowers wafting on a warm breeze. May we enjoy the renewal that this cycle of life brings, embrace each moment's beauty, and appreciate the time we have here. For we must remember that life's seasons ebb and flow, and you remind us that darkness will come again. But as surely as the cold and dark descend, when we are lost and in the cold, the loneliness and the heartbreak, when we feel that all is lost and darkness will be our end, a glimmer of hope shines in the dark, slowly rising with intensity over the horizon. And you rise out of the darkness once again, and our lives are filled with light. Beautiful Persephone, I offer this pomegranate to you, that I have held on my altar, kept on my altar, since fall equinox. Thanks. Enjoy. Thanks for you too.
Kyrie Persephone.
Are there any other individual offerings of praise? Then I think it's time for the part a lot of people have been anticipating. Our final offering of praise, which is our attempt at theater. Welcome one and all the players of Stoke Grove.
Not ready for Bronze Age players.
Imagine that this area is an escarpment at the end of the world. Follow the Savior.
Follow the Savior.
Hold on, there's gotta be a third Savior.
I'm coming.
We did not practice stage direction.
We have not practiced whack. Who's saying what? You go first. Good, Harry and Harvey are walking together. That's you.
Yeah.
The two of you enter. That's up there.
Hold on, I'm looking for my script. Diana?
It's on the table. It's at my table.
Catch up.
Sandy.
Now we're rocking. Yeah, even now. Oh, here we go.
Mighty hunters.
Go up there. Isn't that the stage? Aren't you on the stage?
Works.
Well, then out of the way, because here we go. Lines and shit.
I'm thinking, my brother, we wandered too far off the path. And too far away from the carousing and drinking and women. God, it's awful dirt.
Never you mind, brother. We are on our way to another, even more wild gathering. I just know the ways around here somewhere. Oh, good evening. What beast, man or spirit knows about this abandoned race and on this moonless night.
What are you calling a hoe?
Shh, brother! Stop always butting in. Look, it appears to be one of us. Another of the satyr folk.
Another satyr? Real?
Of course it is. Are you suggesting I'm being satirical?
Just always, at least not accusing you of grooming kids.
Hail, outposts and wild next my cousins. You've got any more? Oh, is that amphora? I'm on a wee bit of a quest. I could surely use a drop to sustain me further.
Another quest in this God-forsaken waste. We've left our drinking party. We've left. And we're on our way to another, but this dismal train is getting less and less welcoming.
What do you call a mountain goat with a fear of heights?
Whoa, my friends would be outgoing.
Not furry, not fun at all.
Actually, I'm trying to catch up with a young lady from the College of Athena that I knew in passing. Her family is from these lands, living in fact on this very escarpment, no, the escarpment back in Ulster Bank, which is the famed base of Calpe, one of the pillars of great Heracles himself, though they didn't catch it with your pants down, the martyr of the Endor, beyond which lies the great and unknown ocean.
Someone who lives upon this great escarpment?
Indeed, someone does. Her sisters do. The young lady, Medusa, left the temple where she was training in a state of distress. Poseidon, Lord of the Waves himself, it seemed, had taken an interest in her, as he wanted to do, a sweet old thing, most what they're doing. Pretty much as he wants is what he does. I get the feeling his order wasn't exactly reciprocated, but we don't really know the details. All I know is that she left the temple after a falling out with Lady Athena over it and made a beeline for all the capricious. That's a dope joke, capricious. Capricious. I'm kind of a funny guy, so I was open to cheer her on.
Oh, so you're a funny guy. Let's hear a good one then.
Okay, what did Zeus say when Athena cracked like an egg out of his head in a full set of armor?
I don't know. Maybe ouch?
No, he said, girl, you're really getting on my nerves.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, why did the farmer stop stuffing goats into his wagon?
Beats me.
Because there was no more room in it.
I adopted a goat the other day, but her mom said I had to get rid of it. I guess as long as we live with our parents, we'll have to make sacrifices.
Good one, fella. This way, I've found a path up the escarpment to Calpe and the Gorgons came.
Gorgons? Gorgons? He didn't say anything about Gorgons. The monstrous hags who turn those who meet their gaze to stone.
Oh, yeah. Her sister's a Gorgon. That does complicate it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Listen, just hang back. We'll scope things out and stay out of the way and out of their game. I just want to know what has happened to Medusa. Upon the escarpment in the wilderness, two snake-haired, tusked Gorgon sisters are hunched around a fire. Whispering and cackling, Medusa arrives in obvious distress.
the paralyzing. Don't forget the paralyzing gaze. Useful at times.
Immortality? I feel like I could die. Really, I do feel sick. I felt hoarse awful for days. I can't keep anything down. I missed 2 periods and from all the wailing, I'm feeling a little hoarse.
Cheer up. You've got lots to look forward to in my garden. Like having sticks for hair. Boy, they wake up half an hour before you. Oh, no, face up. Oh, the video on the mice again. They love that. Seriously, the biggest struggle is at the hairdresser. Skip the hairbrush, they're going to need a tennis racket. And the staff either gets freaked out trying to do yourself, looking at you backwards in the mirror, or else you just all get stoned.
Thanks for the laugh, sisters. My sisters from another mister. At least I'll have you to stay with while I figure out my life right now.
Oh, of course. Queenie, you're all wound up. Here, let me untangle your snake for a minute. I suggest we get some real rest now and approach this outrageous crime and the matter of the clean fresh in the morning after you dress and eat.
So further down the rocky escarpment, the Dryae, 3 wizard sisters of Gorgons, sit with poles of apples. While they banter about, the sneaky satyrs have ascended to this height and begin to watch them from afar behind the shelter of stones. They first look for their 3rd satyr. Satyr number 3, where are you? Satyr number 3! You can't hear us, can you?
Soldered away. I think it's you should the ones become defined.
If they are, they look older than dirt and not that scary. Why they haven't got but 1 tooth and 1 eye among them? And Satan number 3, they haven't got but 1 tooth and 1 eye among them.
They haven't got but 1 tooth and 1 eye among them. Where are they? I believe strongly that these are the ancient sisters known as the Green Eye. They are the Gorgons' relations. They are not themselves Gorgons. They are not themselves Gorgons. They can't turn anyone's stone. Each one is older than the next. You can tell by looking. Going back to the beginning of time, they too hold some of the mysteries of their kingdom. So, if we listen, we might learn something to aid our quest.
Your quest, you mean?
Look, there's another seeker at play here. Behold who else moves stealthily up the steep climb of this pillar of Heracles.
A warrior with shield and sword in hand sneaks up to listen to the cries. He's focused on the 3 heads that so fails to see the Satan. Well, I'll be 4 times horned and hoofed. It's Perseus, son of Zeus and Danae. That doesn't bode well. I've heard King Polydectes was putting him up in some kind of quest, but knowing him, it's a distraction to keep a dutiful son like Perseus away from his mother so that bastard Polydectes can horn in on her without her son's protection. Squeal of delight.
Give me the loop so I can try one, and I will give you the eye so you can see the rosy rock.
Who's I know?
Ooh, fabulous. This is spare cheap as Hesiod
Oh, I see you like jokes. I know a good joke.
Tell us a joke, warrior, son of light. What? Good kid. Easier to chew on than the apples.
Okay, here goes. A traveler walks into a tavern, sees a wine cup filled with silver. He says, "Hey, barkeep, what's with the wine cup full of silver?" The keeper of the tavern says, "You've got to pass these 3 quests. If you do, you win the silver. But you've got to put in your own silver to play. Oh, and what are the 3 quests?" Traveler asks. "Well, first you have to drink a whole amphora of wine with the bitterest of wild herbs steeped in it without twisting up your face.
Oh, that's tough to swallow.
Secondly, there's a dog as vicious as Cerberus himself, chained up in the yard with a rotten tooth. You gotta go out and yank out that aching tooth. And lastly, there's an old woman, such as yourself, my ladies, upstairs in the tavern, who's never in this lifetime known the pleasure of a man. You have to make things right with her." Okay, the traveler says, "I'll think about it," and he sets to drink. After a while, his courage is stugged up. "Where's the bitter wine?" he says. Upon receiving it, he downs it swiftly. The tears stream from his eyes. He never makes a face. Next, he staggers out back behind the tavern. The folks inside hear barking and yelping and howling, and then nothing.
Come on, boy. Get to the fun part about the old woman.
Well, just when the tavern goers begin to think the traveler's dead, he staggers back into the bar and says, "Now, where's that old lady with the sore tooth?"
While they do so, that's the common Jew and the entrepreneur, while they remain distracted. Speaking of the truth, who's got ours now? So I'm busy eyes. We don't have any eyes to disturb son of daylight. Help us find it.
I have both the tooth and eye, you silly hags. But I will trade the back to you. I'm on a quest of my own for the head of one of your Gorgon sisters. No, not the immortal one, the younger one, the Medusa. I am to bring back her head to King Polydectes.
Oh, well, that's a different story. That girl really isn't one of our family. She comes from the line of fortresses. Maybe fortresses. And Hondas and Gaia. Yeah, we are to Thailand. Let me tell you, mankind means Gaia is the various things in special medicine. Only containing various days of peace on other kind of age.
Back on the rocket, the 3 Gorgons are all sleeping. Perseus approaches will indicate to indicate his invisibility, or nothing to indicate you imagining him. He carries his sword and shield in a bag tucked in his belt. Behind him at an distance come the saviors, each circle the Gorgons a couple times and say, looking instead at their reflection in his shield, while circling their sweeping form. That effort making him somewhat clumsy, his shield clanged against the rock.
Who goes there in this blackness all about our mountain lair?
It's
dark. Have you ever tried to fight someone using a concave mirror before?
For real, scoundrel! Who are you, coward, stabbing at us in the dark?
Oh, I stabbed you at least 2 times, I'm sure. Are you one of the immortal ones? Where's your sister?
Sisters, what's happening? I can't see me on these damn rotten snakes!
There you are! Is that your mother?
She's down.
She's down.
We will go for the dead!
How we doing? How we doing? We got in there? Alas!
Perseus says, there you are.
Alas! I'm too late to cheer my lovely friend. I'm too late to make merry in the wood with her. This here join the rowdy groups of women roaming the countryside, or to grow to be a priestess in Athena's temple.
Son of a, in all my wise child of Zeus and Danae, you bastard! Wait, look! From her own blood that falls on Mother Gaia now springs our sister's children, and from the horsey looks of it, Poseidon's progeny too!
Oh, good morning, remind
You appear mysteriously out of nowhere. My brother Perseus. Wait, before you take your prize with you, you must beware its danger. Even in death, it can still turn flesh to stone. Of course, you will use this to your advantage, to exact revenge on your childhood tormentors, to free a maiden more lovely than the sea nymphs, and gain her hand in marriage, to even make a mountain range from a weary man. Yet in the end, this will prove too fearsome and an artifact for mortals. I will, when your quest starts, take Medusa's head for the center of my own disease, which I will share with our mutual father as well. There it will be recognizable for all the ages.
You bitch! How can you be so cruel to our sister? She raped by the sea god, thrust by you into the temple she loves to serve, now killed by the hand of your own brother. Simpson, for political favor. Why would you do these things and then still proudly pay for places her living time?
Your sister Medusa will have a special immortality transcending all of yours. She will live on for thousands of years, reminding all of this crime and warning those away from danger and with the memory of her power to paralyze. More will know her name than ever, even Perseus and his heroism. Her face will adorn art in finest galleries, the masks of revelers, the tattooed arms of the most desirable maidens. Her name will be sung in poetry, even become the crest of builders of vast roads and great buildings. Okay then, I get why you should suffer so. I give to you then these pipes. When you're weary of your wailing, you may blow these pipes instead, and others may perform with these mournful sounds in their own music and remember Medusa. And to you, my friends, who seek to fit to stalk us, lovely, say that on the answer.
Yes.
The child of faith will ascend to the
Tell them. Tell them.
And to you, my friends, who seek to fit and stalk us, I address and give you the wonderful Pegasus. The child Pegasus will ascend with me to Olympus, to dwell in the finest stables of Zeus, right next to where the Sky Father keeps his mighty lightning bolts. We shall fly free to perform the wonders befitting a child of the juices of Poseidon. Spring shall burst forth from his footprints, and even the stars have believed after him. For Thor, I will send with the satyrs to roam the wilds, to learn the rich earth and the powers of transformation. As a magician, you can be both poor and mad. He will dwell with you, moved ones, until he is of age. Then he shall marry the daughter of majestic Oceanus himself, and father wondrous and terrifying progeny.
I love it.
I think we should walk away from this to a concrete block song.
Yeah, or some Italian. Everybody must get stoned. That might be surely not the wild party I expected. Oh, my, look at this little guy. Isn't he cute?
Cousin, I thought for a minute there that you were going to go charging into the fray and try to save Medusa.
Well, that reminds me. How do you stop a billy goat from charging?
Really? Now at this time?
We'll take away his credit card.
I'd rather unplug him.
Renew your center. Take that joy into your heart, into yourself, into your center, and call up again all the laughter and joy that we give Dionysus and the Persephone. So I get a little bit of a what's wisdom? These mighty beings have for us.
Take a seat. Show me
the blessings carry on. First, we are given seed. There is no harvest from a withered shoot. Second, we are given epsilon, the offspring of righteous relationships. And third, we are given helios, the sun who watches everything, watches us. I see this as a good omen. In this, the season of spring, we are reminded not to overextend ourselves. For nothing grows from a withered shoot. Let us not forget, while we are sowing our seeds and preparing our land, that we must also frolic and have fun and enjoy our community. The offspring of righteous relationships. We must remember to connect with those around us and foster the relationships with those in our community and outside of our community as well. And remember that we are always being watched, our deeds being judged, righteous or not, by both the gods and those around us in our community. I see this as a good omen, a proper one for the season.
I agree.
Children of earth, we call for the blessing of the ancient ones. Together we cry, Olympians, give us the waters.
Olympians, give us the waters.
We join our hearts that each of us be blessed. Together we call, Olympians,
give us the waters.
Give us the waters.
And as we are blessed, let all the world be blessed. Together we pray,
Olympians, give us the waters.
From the cup of Hyacinthus, we take up the nectar of blessing. My fourth hand. Thank you, Weasel. This is the draft of Olympus, full of wisdom, love, and strength, to aid us in serving the shining ones, serving each other, building community, to the keeping of promises. Hear us, Persephone, and hallow these drinks with new life and health. Hear us, Dionysos, and hallow these drinks with joy and bounty. Behold, the waters of life.
Behold, the waters of life.
Ask for
Say blessing on the exit.
We will. One moment. I would like another volunteer. Thank you, Avalon. For For anybody who needs one. Yes, please. Avalon, please help with the pouring. No, sir. All right.
in addition to blessing the fruits of the vines and grains, we also have brought forth eggs and seeds, the symbols of new life, with the power of growth, to be as a seed for our spirit, to grow blessings in us, to fill us with strength and joy in the time of springing green. Persephone, bless these new lives so that our crop from the season will be strong, our offerings great, and our minds wise. Esto.
Esto. And now we may sing as we're doing over the waters or something like that.
Over the waters, praise the God.
how about we bless our feast over there?
Let's take a moment. Think about our next meal. May it be blessed with this energy that we created here tonight with our kindred spirits. Let it be filled with prosperity, health, and love. May the feast be blessed.
May the feast be blessed.
Esto.
The Teoi have blessed us. With joy in our hearts, let us carry the magic from our sacred temple here and into our lives and our work. Each time we offer to these powers, they become stronger and more aware of our needs and our worship. So now, as we prepare to depart, let us give thanks to those who have aided us.
For your blessing and bounty of the upcoming season, Persephone, we thank you.
Persephone,
we thank you.
For your humor and joy in the upcoming season, Dionysos, we thank you.
Dionysos, we thank you.
Great, go ahead. Yes. Thank you, ladies. Great.
Teoi, we thank you.
You can say that if you want. I love you. Let's thank the ancestors.
Yes. I wasn't sure what you wanted me to do. Yes, indeed. Is that the word? Kayatoi?
You just say ancestors.
Kairete Progenoi.
We thank you.
To all those powers that have aided us again, we say once more, we thank you. Now, Heavenlies, for guiding and keeping safe the ways between and for ensuring that honor and blessing can pass between us and the Teoi, we again say we thank you. Heavenlies, we thank you.
Heavenlies, we thank you.
Now it is proper that we end as we began. Let the fire be but flame.
Let the well be but water.
Let all be as it was before, save only for the blessings we have gained. Let the gates be closed.
Let the gates be closed.
Let us thank the power of inspiration.
Kairete Musai.
Let us thank the Earth Mother. Yeah, that's you. We will return all offerings that we use, let them use, so over here, keep them on ourselves. That's our gift. Their gift to us. We keep that.
Earth Mother, we thank you.
So, with all these blessings in us, with this joy in us, with all the fun and silliness of the theater, this rite is ended. Now let's eat and drink and be merry.
All right.